So that was a pretty terrifying moment when we started to question, were we going to have to do the entire thing ourselves?
Non-essential businesses in New Zealand must now close. We are all now preparing as a nation to go into self-isolation in the same way that we have seen many other countries do.
Our original plan actually showed us being really comfortable in terms of finding, partners to help us deliver the game, both on a publishing standpoint as well as developing relationships with console manufacturers, mobile manufacturers. And really, I think the lubricant that's provided that in the video game industry was something many of us come to hate, which is hopping on a plane and flying to a game convention. And really, in my experience, that's how a lot of this stuff was done. It's pretty rare that you maybe sign a deal there, but certainly all the pre-work is done there. We do deals by being able to eyeball people, and all of that kind of went out. There was this huge uncertainty thrown into the whole world at the same time, and it was just a very bad time to be doing deals, which is a bit of a crisis really to face that, when you're sort of deep into the middle of production with, 60 people working around. So that was a pretty terrifying moment when we started to question, were we going to have to do the entire thing ourselves in the middle of a global pandemic?
Hey, good morning, Andy.
Morning, guys.
Hello.
I have an actual real bag of flour. I just had to have a shower without music. What has the world come to?
Wait, you were showering during?
At least your camera was off, though.
Yeah, your audio.
Yeah, I was pretty careful about that one.
So back last year during the lockdown, we started working on Olympus, which the first cohort will be playing on. So we were refining the impassable terrain and learning how to use that to guide the players, and also just refining our procedural foliage stuff and our hand placement and like what tools we could use, and just getting more assets in. A lot of it is just getting the feeling right as you're going from, say, the forest to the Arctic. What we're working on now is just refining everything that we've already put down and all of those sort of special moments that we've put in. And it's really fun to play the game with everybody as a team. And surviving each biome is its own challenge.
Show me what your rocks look like. So these are little
These are the
resource
oxides.
poops.
Yeah.
And I think how you were plastering on the walls there, that was really good. There's more here, right? That's stone.
Yeah, so when Olympus came into the picture, we realized that we had a big architectural problem to solve. We had more players in a bigger environment where we needed to be able to support players interacting with more complex foliage entities. And so what we came up with was a solution called FLOD, which basically just stands for foliage level of detail. Each of the trees, when you want to interact with it, is split into a bunch of different pieces and it's very complex. But when it's a simple static mesh by itself, it renders very quickly, it's very optimized, has simple geometry. We could basically transition a very simple geometry into these very complex geometries as a player was approaching that tree. For different reasons and purposes, we would either do a distance-based check or when the player is actually viewing the object, and that would basically bring it into a more complex actor form which the player could interact with.
So in many ways, our production process is quite boring. We have an army of producers who help get everything together for our milestones. So after all that was over, it was back into the office, getting ready for our next milestone, Skyrim.